In the last few days, that Smokey and the Bandit song has been going off in my head over and over. You know those words, we're going to do what they say can't be done. We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. And that's really where we are right now. We still got a long way to go, but a short time to get there. We took a poll right after the primary, and with 53% name ID, which means 53% of the people in the 2nd Congressional District know who I am, and with Sanford's name ID at 95%, we were only 6 points behind. When you, in that same poll, when you look at the candidates or the people who know both candidates, those that were being polled know me and they know Sanford. That switches over, and we're leading him by more than those 6 points on the other side. So we definitely have an opportunity to do something that they say can be done in the 2nd Congressional District. National Republican Congressional Committee has moved us up from on the radar to contender status. This race hasn't even been on the radar in a long, long time. Now they're at the point where I think in the next couple of days we're probably going to get moved up to the young gun status, which is their top tier status, which are the folks that they believe can win all across this country. That will bring us a lot of different things, but it'll also bring a lot of national focus to the race. And there are a lot of people that are sitting out there across the country that want to elect good conservative candidates that are going to look at that young guns thing, and every time it comes out, they open their checkbook and they send a contribution. And so it's going to help us in a lot of different ways. When we talk about fundraising, we have raised a little over $500,000. I'll be honest with you, when we started talking about raising money last year, when we started this campaign, I thought, well, we can probably raise, $300,000. That's about the max. We raised more than that during the primary. We've since raised, another $250,000. We're actually over, I think, $550,000. But we're at the point now where we're going to raise another $300,000 in the next 6 weeks because we're right here at the end of this. We're putting money in the bank now that we'll use on direct mail and on TV to get that name ID from 53% up to about 95%. We want ours up there at 95%. We get our name ID up there at 95%, and I believe that we'll be able to win this race. National Review's put out an article, this has been several weeks ago now, and listed 13 likely upsets in the congressional realm across the nation, and ours was number 8. There was an article just a few days ago that talked about 1 of 5 Dems who might lose and don't know it. And this is across the country now. Number 4 on that list was Sanford Bishop. But he shouldn't have been on that list because he knows it. He's got a good chance of losing, but he knows it, so he probably shouldn't have been on that list. I mean, when you come to your own district and you travel to a place like Tabo, Georgia, to a Peacock Day parade, or you travel somewhere like Blakely, Georgia, for a Peanut Proud Day, and you have to carry bodyguards with you, wouldn't you think you were doing something wrong in your own district? I would. I think I'd go back to Washington and try to ask myself, what is it that I'm doing that I can't even trust the people in my own district? Dick Morris, who's a speaker on the Tea Party Patriots Leadership Conference several weeks ago, said Georgia too. He said the odds are 50-50. So here we are. We come from what they call a D+2, which means it's a strong Democratic district, to a D to a toss-up, and here we are. That's where we are with about 8 weeks to go. And we have one chance to do it. We have to do it this year. Everybody around, I think, pretty much knows, who's been paying attention, how hard we've worked for 13 months. How we've been able to raise money. And listen, we're continuing to raise money right now when a lot of people across the state are having trouble. Our money's coming in. So we're continuing to raise money when a lot of folks can't do it right now. But people look at this and they're going to see us, and if we don't win it this year, they won't anybody else touch this race for another 10 years. That's just the truth about what will happen. So we have one chance, and let's do it. Let me tell you a little racing story. And it kind of gives you a good picture of exactly where I think we are. I race a little mini stock dirt car out at Albany Motor Speedway about every other week. And a few weeks ago, we were out. I was racing. I got started in 3rd place, and about the 2nd lap of the race, I was trying to get 2nd place. And you know how they say rubbing is racing? Well, you know, I guess I was rubbing a little bit too hard, because we have